Hello everyone. I wanted to make this video to show you how to use Google Sheets to create a histogram. This will help you out with the statistics project. So the first question on that project has a set of data and it asks you to create a histogram. So I'm going to show you how to go through that process. First thing you need is access to Google Sheets, which is obviously a Google product. And so if you go to google.com and make a free account, you should have access to the Gmail, the Google Drive, and all that stuff. If you already have a Google Gmail address, you should be set then. If you just click these Google apps, click Google Drive, it'll take you to Google Drive. And so on the top left, if you go to new, you can make a new Google Sheets file. You also might as well open up a Google Docs because that's basically like Microsoft Word. Google Sheets is basically like Microsoft Excel, by the way. It's just kind of the free version, and everyone has the same version, so you don't have to worry about that. And then you'll paste some of the stuff into Google Docs, or you can use Microsoft Word if you want. And so you can open one of those. So right now I have some alternate data. So you will not be using this data. I just didn't want to do the exact problem that I gave you. So this is like an older project that has bird species. So a bunch of people on some event in Texas apparently in 1999 went out and observed birds for some amount of time, and they counted how many times they saw a bird. So these are all the counts that they reported. And so the first thing you're going to do is when you go into your Google Sheets, you need to enter all that data into your first column. And so I've done that already, but just to show you, if you go to a blank entry, type in some number and press enter, it goes in the column. Pretty straightforward. Also, if you click in the top left here, you can change the name of the file. But to create a chart, we're gonna click in the top box, hold shift, and then click in the bottom box. That's just one way to highlight all the data. Then we're gonna select insert and chart. And we want a histogram, so chart type over here, we're going to change to histogram. We want to customize this and clean it up a little bit, so if you click the customize button and then histogram, the first thing is the bucket size. This is already a pretty good bucket size for this specific data set. It's going by 20s, so it's however auto works, they came up with 20. But notice you could also change it to 10 if you want to kind of separate it, or 25 if you want it all together. I'll keep it in auto for now. 20 is pretty good. Okay, on the actual project, it tells you exactly what to change your bucket size to, so you'll have to go there and change it. And then if, the next option here is chart axis and titles. We do want some titles around here, so I'm going to change this first to chart title. And instead of histogram, let's call this bird counts. I'll just call it a bird watching data. How about that? And I like this to be centered. You don't have to, but you can change that to center. You could make it, larger. Oops, that's smaller actually. Make it larger. There you go. Bold or whatever you want. And then we want to add also the horizontal axis title. So down here at the bottom, these will be bird counts, because that's what these numbers are representing in this case. I'll make it a little bit bigger. And then the vertical axis title, these are just the frequencies. Frequencies, fine, and there we go. We have a histogram. So pretty straightforward. Once you have it all complete, you want to click in somewhere in the histogram itself, go to edit and copy, and then you can go into your Google Doc file where you're going to have all your answers, and somewhere in the blank space you can go edit and paste. And paste it unlinked so you get the kind of the full graph here. And there you go. You can change its size and stuff if you want, but that's how you get a histogram. There's two other quick things I do want to show you how to do on Excel and Google Docs. Or by Excel, I mean the Google Sheets, that is. We have to create an average, and you can do this a variety of ways. Obviously, you can do it on the calculator, but since you have it up, and you should also kind of know that you can do this stuff in any like Google Sheets or Excel program, click in a blank box in a different column. So don't use column A again. Click somewhere over here in column B. And if you type equals, and then average, notice there are all kinds of other things that you can use here. So this is just, one of the common ones, average, and then open parentheses. And what we're going to do is we're going to click in the top box of our data, and just like last time, hold shift and then click the bottom box. And you can see it's going to be the average of all the items in those boxes. And that's how you create an average. Similarly, you could do stuff like standard deviation, but for the project, you'll just need to do the average. Okay, and the very last thing I want to show you how to do is once you're in Google Docs and you're typing up some of the rest of the problems, from this project, you want to be able to kind of show some of your work, because I don't want to just have answers being numbers. You need to kind of justify and show how you got some of your answers. So I think one of the problems you have to use is z-score formula. So let me show you how you can insert equations here. Obviously, if you just go up here to insert and click equation, then you can type in an equation. So let's say we want the z-score formula, z equals, and then we have a fraction. So notice this bar here, we can change it to a little fraction. And we can do x minus the mean, which we use mu, which is a Greek letter, which you can also get. It is, there it is, mu. And then the right arrow will put you down in the bottom of the fraction, and we want sigma here. So there's sigma. Right arrow gets you out of the fraction, and then you could kind of keep continuing that chain, show me what you plug in, and ultimately show me your z-score. And so in general, you can do all kinds of equations and showing different algebra work through the insert equation option. You don't have to show every single step, but again, I want some idea of how you got your answer. All right, that's it for this video. Hopefully this helps you out. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, and thank you for watching.